Due to the particularly filthy sales page for today's soap, this episode of the Barbershop Duet is rated PG-13. Viewer discretion is advised. They hate this.
So we were poking around the back rooms at Ariana and Evan's, and we saw a ghost.
It's a Halloween morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Halloween time,
we are the Barbershop Duet!
Hey, come in. It's great to see you. Thank you for being here today. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres, join the live chat, won't you? We're waiting to meet you. And there's a whole group of folks from all over the world in there who'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, we have our first EDP that we chose from Ariana and Evans. We went with Lavender Noir. We were hit with this on my birthday episode. Clearly, we had to upgrade to the EDP and spend some time with this. And both of us, I think it lasted about 2 days. Like, we woke up the next day, it was still on us. It was kind of crazy.
Beautiful intensity. Look at the color on that thing. And y'all, talk about a gorgeous scent for bedtime. I think we were off in La La Land in 30 minutes. It's
I would agree.
Amazing. And woke up the next morning with a beautiful sense of it still on my shoulders. As it wears down, the scent notes continue their little ballet, creating new little nooks and crannies. And of course, your body chemistry is going to play a role because, as she noted, this smells different on me.
It is. Like, he walked by and I'm like, wait, what are you wearing? And then I realized, oh wait, I know that scent, but it's just different how it mixes with both of us, which is super fun.
And shockwaves throughout the community, y'all. What Peter Chikalis has done with lavender. It is absolutely magical. I just see like purple wisp every time I smell it.
I feel like this time of year, like fall through winter, all the way through January, February, like I'm really going to dive and want to use that scent a lot more than I would have assumed, which is super fun.
It is just magical. And what's our soap
Speaking
today?
of magical, maybe a little black magic, I don't know. It's straight up called Boo! Exclamation mark. So we had to get Marcus a new shirt.
Yeah, yo, there are 2 Halloween soaps from Ariana and Evans this year. I think you have to be a member of the back rooms at theshavingshopclub.com to get your hands on this one. One of them seems a little bit more fun and whimsical and Halloween and bougie-ish. And the other one, Midnight Soiree, might be our first black and white episode. We have no idea what to expect from these. I don't even know what the set notes are.
No, we did not look. We literally saw the labels and we're like, oh, Halloween, thank you. And we're diving into this candy bow blind, y'all.
And we want to say a special thank you to Peter and Taliette, Ariana and Evans, for being one of the artisans who makes sure their Halloween soaps can be in your hands by October 1st, so that you have a full month to actually enjoy them before Halloween hits. Yeah, because after October 31st, you don't want to walk around smelling like a graveyard. So, y'all, thank you for that, and let's meet the soap. All right, y'all, so from the back rooms at shavingshopclub.com. Okay, I'm reading this verbatim.
It's true.
Y'all, Boo doesn't smell like death, dirt, or ass. So I bring you glad tidings.
It's not those.
Very little ass. My inspiration is based upon a dark, dank S&M club on Halloween night in Amsterdam in 1989. No, I haven't been there, winky face. Yeah, Izzy, if you're watching, S&M stands for Skittles and Milk Duds. Burning candles, smoke from various vices, black leather, some florals to make it interesting, and pure filth. Now, we're not talking dirt filth. We're talking about filthy dirty, as in the next morning, filthy, you know what I'm talking about. Waking up after a scandalous evening, a smile of disbelief at the ongoings from just a few hours ago. Forget about telling anybody. Nobody would believe you, so we just keep it to ourselves. Filthy. Y'all?
Wow! We had not even read that before.
I am sad I didn't know Peter when I was in college. Well, that was a sales page unlike any other. I feel like I need a shower. Let's let this one out of the box.
Now I'm really glad we had not read anything about this. So.
I know, right? I can't wait to see what it smells like. And it's meant to be a little scary, I think, but I like the filthy vibe.
Okay.
Let's see what that's just.
Let's see. Here we go.
Oh, there it is.
Now I get the lady on the cover. There's a little lady going on.
Oh, I see.
Or legs.
Filthy.
Maybe.
Y'all, this is a little bit of Sharon Stone going on here.
I think so, yeah.
Basic instinct.
You did not see the pistachio.
No,
we finally got.
Talia suggested this one. She did some
but
work
that's
on
not
it,
in
so we
here.
were excited. Yeah, you did not see that.
that.
That's for the autumn months. That's after our Halloween episodes.
Okay. Oh, you want to know what's in here too?
Let me see. Ah!
Oh, we got some good friends here.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Ghostly friends,
Scary
y'all.
friends.
Woo, let's have a Halloweeny first impression. All right, here we go. Take it in. This, for some reason, has a little bit of a New Orleans feel to it for me. For some reason,
Right?
I'm not sure why.
Well, it's funny because I'm even picturing, like, remember the first time we smelled oud?
Right.
Like, we were very prepared for, like, a dark, dank kind of a scent.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm curious if it's something like that. 'Cause
Maybe.
I don't know. We're going to see.
All right, here we go. It does not smell like ass. What do you got? You scared?
I'm not scared,
Okay.
but I get where he's going with this.
Yeah?
For sure.
Yeah? Like, wait, now, wait. The filthy part or the normal part?
I think the description put
Oh,
me in the right
all of it.
mindset.
Okay,
lane.
what are you getting?
It's not chasing the dragon,
Okay.
but it's a similar kind of concept or idea
Nice,
of
like
going
it's a vibe.
in a different vibe.
Love
Yes.
it. Is it a place? Kind of like Chasing the Dragon for me was kind of like a Dickensian opium den.
Yeah, but it is the day after.
Oh.
It's not during.
Nice.
I don't know how that's coming through the scent.
Right.
But it's not mid-party. It's
Right.
post.
Oh.
It's almost, you know, like I can't see what happened the night. Like, you know, if I was looking at my crystal ball.
Right.
I don't see what's happening, but I just see all the clouds and smokiness of, like, clearly some stuff happening. There are some fun, like, different scents that I don't think I've ever experienced in real life.
Oh.
If that makes sense. But I've like, if someone had a jacket on from being at a party
Right.
or being at an experience that was
Sure.
a little filthy like this,
Right.
you can smell it. Like, so I don't know if it says there's just smoke from things happening.
Right.
So
Maybe
I
the
think
Skittles and Milk Duds.
there's
You know what I mean?
there's a few different things that are happening
Right,
scent wise, but they really blend well together. Like, if you
Nice.
smell, I think it directly takes you right into the middle of the scent, and you're reliving that experience somehow.
Oh.
Like, or there's just, you know, like, you get little whiffs of evidence. You know, even like when you go to a bonfire the next
Right,
day, you smell the
right.
smoke. Like, there's something about that. Like, you get a whiff of this, and like, oh yeah, that's
Right.
coming back to me, and then you smell, oh, we did have that happen last night. Like, there's just like this scent adventure of
Right.
like what had happened the night before.
Now, is there one thing that's jumping out at you? Like it's kind of a center note?
To me, I'm being like taken right to the center of all the scents.
Oh,
so
nice.
I don't know. I think it's like if I turn in different directions, I'm smelling
Right.
all the things around. Does
Like
that
a
make sense?
pure vibe, y'all.
Yeah. My brain cannot decide. I can't tell you if it's a spice or a smoke or
Nice.
a boozy thing happening. Like, there are multiple things. There could even be like I'm getting like a little hint of like a feminine.
Oh,
Like
right. Well, look at the cover.
I don't know if it's a plum, but it's something that has like, it does have a little of a purpley-ish
It looks
color.
like Sharon Stone about
Yeah.
ready to unleash the beast.
It is, I get what he meant by it's not dirty. It's just filthy. Like, I feel like you could have been hanging out the whole night with some awesome rock stars, and this scent would make sense. Like,
Nice.
it just has that for
Like
sure
a club
vibe.
of roses kind of vibe to it?
A little, but not as herby.
Right. So no cannibals.
I don't think there's cannibals. If they
Gotcha.
are, they're really well hidden.
Right,
There's
right.
other things at this party.
Right, yeah.
But I have to say, if somebody was wearing this
Yeah.
and walked by, it wouldn't be like, oh. So when he's saying it's not filthy,
Right.
it's valid. It
Right.
definitely makes sense. It was just a different party that he was at than maybe I was at that
And the
night.
thing is, it might be a pleasant smell of like the after effects of a riotous
they all
evening.
work together.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's nothing in them that's conflicting with each other.
Right.
Like, it clearly was a good time because everything's flowing scent wise. Like, they
Sure.
all work together to create that
Ooh.
vibe. There's layers to this. I do get like a grungy
Right,
kind of vibe. Like, I do get the darks and deep colors. Like, wherever this place is was funky and fun. Like, it's its own experience.
Right. Now, somewhere in between the Skittles and the Milk Duds, is there a sexy quality to this one?
I think so. Like, that's what I mean. I think if somebody walked by me, it wouldn't be a deterrent of a scent.
Right.
Like, I know reading some of the things that say, like, a filth or something, like, I don't get that, like, turn off.
Right.
Because of the scent. Does
Right.
that come through?
But are these not necessarily notes that you would build into a stereotypical cologne?
Yes, that is correct.
Gotcha.
But they work because it is like if you were wearing this shirt or jacket the night before,
Right.
those scents would come with you, and
Now-
they do oddly fit. Okay.
Would you know it's dark and spooky?
I don't know if I would immediately go to spooky,
Gotcha.
but I wouldn't know if all of the pieces of the memory from the night before were completely wonderful.
Oh, we got some
or-
blackouts going
there
on
might
here,
have been-
y'all!
Right, so I think that's where the boo comes from. Like, you're like, did that really happen? I don't even know. Like, it's kind of that vibe.
Could this be the scent of the Walk of Shame?
Oh, you know? Or the Hangover movie? I don't know. Something like that. Like, you got to piece the pieces together a little bit.
We did just find out that they called it hangover because they used to just rent you a rope and you could just hang
from
over it and sleep because you couldn't afford a bed. All right, so let's see if this has a walk of shame quality to it.
But I do feel like it's a shame that you're like, I think that was worth it. Like, there's something that comes through like that.
The walk of shame with no regrets.
No regrets. They are proudly walking.
Here we go.
She still has her heels on. She's not hiding them in her purse. Like, she had a good time. He needs a minute.
Oh, dude, you are totally right.
Yay! Okay, I was hoping I was painting a good picture.
But it's not done with 4 things.
No.
I thought it was going to be done with 4 things. It's done with like 12. So
does that image of you standing in the middle of the scent make sense now?
the very first thing my brain got was a whiff of someone else's perfume. So, right, not even a cologne, but
there's
the very
something feminine in there.
The very first thing I got was like, oh yeah, that's who I was hanging out with.
Did she hug me last night? I don't know. You know, like it's an adventure.
And then I get candle smoke. I get Skittles and milk duds. I get something a little bit musky.
Yeah.
Under it, something like a human skin, kind of a smell to it somehow.
Right. Well, it gets a little hot in those clubs sometimes.
B&M did Paganini's Violin, and that was kind of clean skin out of the shower.
Right.
This is like skin after the filth has gone down.
He did say it's a little filthy. So,
after the Skittles. But even in the nooks and crannies that are the muskier part, that are the sweatier parts, there is something beautiful and alluring about all of it. There are no, weird scent notes in this.
No.
It's the way they're coming together to create that morning after vibe. Woo!
Like, you stayed up all night.
Right.
And whatever that experience or party or time was a good time.
There's no coffee in this. You're still recovering.
You are definitely still recovering. You may still be hungover. Maybe still drunk.
And y'all, this is a grown-up Halloween scent. So I know a lot of the stuff we're going to cover this month is candy and whimsical and spumoni and those kind of things. Y'all, this does not have a childish element to it at all. There are no Halloween candy wrappers in this.
No.
There's no caramel apples in this. This is the least Charlie Brown scent you're going to get this season.
Right.
But I think that is its glory. This is the smell of a bunch of grown-ups who have celebrated their Halloween the night before and, as mentioned on the sales page, are not real excited about talking about it. Woo! And even this, you're right, something that walks all the way up to cannibals without being cannibals.
No.
It does not turn into that, but there is something comforting and spicy.
Right, there is, and it is that smoky spice. Like, if you can't have one without the other.
It's scary spice. Hold on, let's look at the scent notes and see what other singers might be hiding in this.
So before we actually read these scent notes, there's the image of being sucked right into the middle of the room and doing like a 360, scent-wise.
Yes.
You get how there's that many scents going on?
Because it's the whole place. It's the whole room. It's everything that's still sitting on the coffee tables. It's everything that was still simmering on the stove. It's the smoke that's still in the air. It's the bodies that are still passed out, snoring around the coffee table. At my dad's bachelor party, Paul Esau woke up in the backyard.
At least he woke up.
And they weren't even having that crazy a time. And what I love best, why this is a phenomenal balance, is, y'all, the danger of creating a soap like this would be that there would be one note in the middle that would pop out and would be the star and would be the prominent notes, and the rest of it would all have to be dancing around it. This has been so perfectly balanced. There's not a single scent note in this that's jumping out at me as the star of anything, which means it's the perfect vibe of, like you said, being in the center of that room, surveying the damage from the night before and wondering what time the landlord might come in to check things out. And I don't know how to say this without being a little bit weird, but the sense of perfume covering a scent?
Yes. But it works here. You need, there's a lot of scents, we say, you need that deeper layer to make the other side smell good. This is still part of the evening's experience, and it's in there.
It's filthy.
I do feel like that's valid because there is a lovely lady on the cover, and I feel like somehow that is part of the scent.
All right, y'all, so back to the sales page at shavingshopclub.com.
Our scent notes are Palo Santo.
Love it. Angelo Palo Santo. And
then we have black leather, not just leather, black leather.
And it is the dirty side of the leather. So we just shot Ripper's Alley for Hoffman. That is the clean side of the leather. So clean it's threatening. This is the filthy side leather. This is the leather that the dry cleaner gets the next morning.
There you go. And then we have jasmine and lavender, the two kind of lighter floral feminine things happening.
And without those, you wouldn't really be able to sense the filth around them, right? It just gives you that scale. And then
smoke.
Love it.
That's all it is. You can pick which kind, how it working. I don't know. Haitian vetiver and Thai vetiver.
So I'm starting to get a sense of Peter Charkalis, the perfumer, because when we did our Never Alone episode, he reached out, read the comment on that episode. He dove in hard to the different lavenders that he chose to build the one lavender accord. So when Peter Charkalis approaches a scent note, he's not just going to create vetiver. He's going to grab this vetiver and this vetiver and this vetiver and put them together to create his own version of vetiver. And that's the scent note that's going to go in this. So I think that's part of why this has such a glorious mystery at its heart, because you're not going to recognize any of these scent notes because it's not just the black leather scent note he grabbed. It's 4 or 5 different leather scent notes that are going to build the leather. And then that's going to be one Tetris brick in the board that is the rest of this. Is any of this jumping out at you that you can kind of sense on its own?
Well, it's funny. I just got an image. You know, like when you watch on Instagram or Facebook, people are combining different colors to make the color that they're trying to match.
Oh, right.
And I just got that image of what you were saying. Like, okay, it says smoke, but I feel like they took like 4 or 5 different smokes, put them together, and that's the one that they needed for this scent. Totally. So somehow, yes, I do smell those, but I think that's why my image I'm getting of the scent is such a 360 kind of a thing.
Right.
It's all of these interacting, but there's like 5 of each of these connected to then create that whole adventure.
And we're going to build a spooky leather for you right now. Yeah. These are our waxing sticks from Amazon.com so we don't contaminate our leather. Oh, look at that,
Oh, that was a nice smooth one.
That is all I'm going to use. We're going to put this in the bottom of our Haley's Artisan Bowl. I thought this was apropos for Halloween, although I didn't realize it was going to be such an adult
different kind of soap.
Anyway, that's a thing. And this is our A&E vintage shaving brush with the badger knot on it. This
Had
thing
to bust
is
that one
pure
out.
glory, y'all. Look at this.
All right, let's see in action. Yeah, we may not have a candy bowl, but we can have a bowl of lovely leather.
Sprinkles.
That's for sure.
Yeah, sprinkles.
A few moments later.
Yeah, y'all, sometimes when I lather, I find it's about intention. The intention is not to build a world-class lather. The intention is to get as much soap as you can from the bowl onto the bristles. The water doesn't even matter at the beginning. It's just getting the soap onto the bristles with, I find, kind of as little water as you need, and then you can start to add your water.
Yeah.
But until those bristles get nice and soapy and you're pulling the soap off the bristles, you know, I had a little bit of a harder time.
The more I take whiffs of this, I feel like, you know, if I was in the middle of reading a book and they're supposed to be in a place that kind of has this similar vibe, this is the one that I'd want to be smelling to be like, you know, okay, that's what they were explaining.
For sure.
It just puts it into reality somehow. Like,
yes.
That evidence is in the soap.
Right. And I love that there's this balance between sort of the naturals and the man-mades in this. I'm not sure how to better describe that.
No, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. I think I'm also just now related to getting what Palo Santo smells like.
Right.
And it's really used here in like a magic way. Everything connects back to that somehow.
Well, and I think that's how it's kind of creating some of its spookiness.
Yes.
Is in the Palo Santos. It's in those leather spices. Right?
Yes. And I really do like that it says black leather.
Right.
We're not cowboy leather. That's a different one for today.
Well, and you know, hold on. Let me look at these scent notes, because the cool thing about these is these are kind of both spooky and clean. So I know it's listing smoke. I know it's listing Palo Santo, but y'all, in the vast history of humanity, smoke is just as often used to clean and deodorize as it's used for other things.
True.
Even in church, like they bring in incense and smoke during the cleanest part of the rituals.
Interesting.
So y'all, I think there's something to that. Even the vetiver has like a clean and a dirty side. Now, the one thing in this that might be the cheese stands alone is the jasmine in the middle.
Interesting.
But without something a little bit innocent, without something a little bit small to get scared, I don't know if you'd have the exact same balance.
And the color of this label really does make sense now. Like it fits the scent for sure.
Well, it's almost like the jasmine is the singular feminine hanging out in this really smoky, scary environment.
I'm with you. But again, you need that in order to have the rest of the scent.
Right.
And the depth of it really makes sense.
And who knows, maybe she's the proprietress of this Skittles and Milk Duds club in Amsterdam that Peter's never been to.
Nope.
Y'all, they don't all do this. All right, so when we watch Peter Charkalis on his shaving videos, we like to see how that AE lather covers the face, especially when Malou did that Aqua de Boracay shave, right? Look at that. Look at that. You can see the track the bristles make in the soap. Y'all, here we go. Oh, this brush feels so good because I can feel how the soap's going on, but I can also feel the bristles getting under the hairs.
I do like that longer handle on that brush, too. It's quite an experience.
And a throwback to the brush our grandparents used, y'all. This is kind of a recreation of that. I'm sensing one or two things hiding in this that may not necessarily be listed here in the set notes, but to discover those, we might have to take this down to the basement of this party. So, y'all, this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet, but she came up with it. What are we doing here?
I was reading this, but the giving off the bootay.
Bootay! Bootay! All right, on three. 1, 2. Whoa.
Right? Like, this almost got like an Amber vibe. Something changed here.
Y'all, it is just gutsy for Peter Chikalis to perfume a morning after scent. But those scents are absolutely alluring. Beautifully human, beautifully filthy, a little bit dangerous, definitely naughty, but a human experience.
Right, but I get why the description on the sales page is what it is. It's not, it's literally explaining what you're getting your nose on, but until you actually smell it, there are intriguing sides to that. And it is almost like a mystery story of like figuring out the pieces of what went down, you know?
It is kind of funny, too, that boo can also be a term of endearment.
Oh.
So if you grew up around the Bay Area, you knew about Castro Ranch or Castro Valley. Well, I grew up across the street from Percy Castro, who was one of the original family members of that ranch. He was super old. Well, the night that Percy passed away, I was in my room at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was woken up by a voice. I don't know how better to describe it. And I heard Percy's voice in my head. And he said, "Hey, keep an eye on Evelyn for me." And I was like, I'm sure I was just dreaming. My eyes are just opening. Oh, okay. And then I heard click. And I looked out my window. And the lights at Evelyn's house had just turned on at 3 in the morning. And she was getting in her car. And she was pulling out of the driveway. And I realized Percy was in the hospital. And she had just gotten the phone call that he had passed away. And before any sound had been made at that house, that voice woke me up.
How old were you?
14. I just started high school.
Yeah, but you'd remember it.
That will have an effect on you. But Evelyn was really special. Percy was really special. In fact, my dad still has the knife that was used at the Castro Ranch back in the day, Castro Ranch Meat Market. But it was just kind of a sweet little moment because I did indeed keep an eye on Evelyn until she passed away many years later. And it's a nice little story of the time I got my own. Head over to the back rooms at shavingshopclub.com to find this and all kinds of other cool stuff. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Boo. And I was trying to think of another way, another story, another time, another place where this would be fitting, where I could invite you into that idea. But I can't. Everything that Peter came up with on that sales page is so apropos of the mystery of this scent and how gloriously beautiful it is in its filth. And y'all, as my nose dives into it, it is a choose-your-own-adventure scent. Whichever scent note your nose chooses to follow, it then takes a turn and bites it into another one, and another one, and another one, until you don't even know how you got there. And the next time you smell it, it's going to be completely different. And I love how the ending of every single one of those adventures pays off in amazing ways. Y'all, this is a fantastically mysterious scent, and can't wait for my midnight soiree.
Welcome to Messages!
Alright, y'all, so it's that magic time. We're going to choose our lucky winner for a $20 e-gift card to Zingari.
Alright, and here are your lucky numbers. We have 1 through 17. Rick, Ronnie, Charles, Tom, Dan, Sam S, Treasure, Lee, Vincent, Jasmine, Sam H, Josue, Malcolm, Ryan O, Jake, Ryan D, and Stanley.
Those are your lucky numbers, and this is that magic moment.
Okay.
Alexa, give me a number between 1 and 17.
Here's a number between 1 and 17. It's 9.
9.
Vincent!
Vincent! Congratulations, my friend. You are our lucky winner for a $20 gift card to anything Heather's got over on the Zingari Man site. And she's got tons of awesome stuff.
Congratulations!
Hey, thank you all for entering this giveaway and for being here and a part of the Whiff Pack. We truly appreciate you finding our little barbershop and being a part of our little family.
Stay tuned for our next one. Clearly.
We didn't even dive into the splash yet. The soap was so freaking good. Hold
We
on a
just were
second.
diving in. Okay, this is probably going to change everything.
Right. Oh, hey! I got that. Wow! Hey,
That's a lucky
send your congratulations
That's
to
a
we
thing.
say you at thebarbershop.com. I got
Okay.
this open in a quickness. All right, here we go. You ready?
It wants out. Boo.
Oh,
Uh-oh. We got to go back to that list.
sir. Mr. Chicago, hold on. This has been rebalanced. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh.
This is a little bit different character going on in the splash. Oh. Y'all! I know now why you said Chasing the Dragon. It's got that kind of vibe. It doesn't smell like Chasing the Dragon.
No.
But it's got that perfectly built vibe of a place.
Just
like
if
you're
I had to
standing there.
explain something similar in our den to help the audience, like that was the closest thing I could have had.
Nothing's jumping out as the center note here. This is just being in a place.
I'm trying to think of if I like where I'd wear this,
Right.
Because it has such a different vibe. Like it has a point. It clearly gets the point across.
It's
Ooh.
got both a bedtime vibe for me and an all-night party vibe for me, which
Right.
actually might be a little apropos. Something gourmandy
Right?
in this.
I almost got like a burnt vanilla.
Yes,
Is that a
right.
thing?
Oh, a burnt vanilla powder
Does
kind of
that
thing going on in here.
does it smell different on me?
Always smells better on her.
But there's just a few feminine-y notes.
Whoa, something a little bit powdery.
Okay,
It's a different balance.
yes, like on you, I'm getting more the deep, darker spice.
Right.
And on
Right.
on me, there's like a burnt vanilla, and it's like the florals are dried florals.
Yeah,
and
there's
then
something different in the sweet for sure. It's a little bit sweeter. It's a little
Yeah.
bit more inviting here on the face.
And then it goes boozy, and then it goes. There's a little at the end. Like,
There is. There is a little reminder that you might have a little regret from what you did the night
something
before.
did happen last night. Because I know after we were just talking about lavender noir, and then we're talking about lavender here.
Right.
As we've learned, there are lots of sides to lavender, and they're in here. They're all the sides. So I think that darker side. Oh wait.
What?
Wait.
What?
There's some. Hold on.
What?
Let me read this
What?
label
What?
for you.
What?
Palo Santo.
Yeah.
Black leather.
Yeah.
Jasmine.
Okay.
Lavender. Coffee. Smoke. Resins. And vetiver. Just saying.
Coffee and resins? That's what makes it the next morning. You got your coffee to go along with your regret and your fear.
But it is a completely black, like almost too much grounds coffee. Like you're just
like
trying,
a slightly burnt coffee.
right? You know, like post hangover, you got like clean slate. Just
Right, like
fine
you're out of
face.
coffee, so you're just gonna run it through the grounds
Or
again.
just eat it. Like, you know, that's where we're at.
The one thing that's nice is I don't smell the fear of your parents coming home to catch you the next day because this person is clearly too old
Yes,
for that.
I would agree. You are definitely an adult who
Yeah.
had an adventure.
This is not a teenage house party
No.
like I grew up with in the 80s. This is
Different.
something very, very different. I think I saw a movie about it once, but I ran out of quarters before it was over.
Oddly, you could totally wear this on Halloween Eve. Like,
Oh.
it would fit.
Dude,
You
what
know?
a Halloween scent this is, and you wouldn't exactly know why.
No, that's true. I'm still trying to figure out where else I'd wear it. Like, I know
It's a bed. What a beautiful
it
nighttime
does.
scent
It
this
does
is.
have an evening, like, I don't know, put on some spooky black and white movies, like a Dracula, but the black and white Dracula.
Y'all, or
You
the
know?
F. Murray Abraham one that
Oh,
was all
they-
weird but kind of sexy at the same time.
They
That's
do
what
have that
this smells
scene,
like.
you know.
So, y'all, our Halloween episodes are going to be laden with gourmands and candies and tricks and treats and the more fun, childish parts of Halloween. But I love that this gives us a definitely grown-up, slightly naughty, borderline illegal Halloween party to recover from. This is so cool.
Right? You need to have all the extremes. Like, there is something about this season that has the dark, the creepy,
Right.
the spooky, and that's coming through
This
here.
is the grown-up Halloween party. We might have to air this episode late at night just
yeah,
so
we
our younger
might.
viewers don't actually have to sit through
I'm really
this.
glad we did get this on the schedule soon, so y'all can get an idea of what this is
Right.
about, to get it in your dens and experience for the Halloween
And
fun.
plenty of time to get it in time for Halloween
Yes.
if you want to experience this
We
along
are
with
very
us on
grateful for
Halloween
that.
night. Indeed.
Don't forget your next quote with Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell spookier just watching this.